exotic styles. Love exotic styles. One day I was walking around the school sports center when I saw a man dancing some styles you don't see every day. He was doing some ballroom samba. I had seen a type. I've never seen a type like that in real life. I was so fascinated for the sake. Another long, another long, as usual. We're not surprised with this, guys. We're not surprised with that. We're not surprised with that. Yeah. The sake of this book, let's call him Jack. Hmm. This is the first time she will call someone's. Normally she gives them, just calls them, gives them a letter. Can you guys still see me? I don't know because he said this contains. I'll just end it and start again. I'll end it and start again. I don't know if anyone can see me. I'll just end it and start again. I'm confused because it's like I'm just talking. I don't know if they can see me. I'll delete the video because I have to give respect to the owner. I'll delete the video. I'll delete the video, guys. So we start again. We start. I've deleted the video. I've deleted the video. Sorry, guys. I had to delete the video because I kept seeing finish or resume, and it said I'm using someone else's music. So to respect, I had to respect the person. Yes, I had to delete the video, and sometimes it makes your what's it called go down. Your followers may not know your life, so that does happen. So that does happen. So should I wait a bit? I don't know. Yes, I'm so sorry. I had to end that because the music was someone else's music, Shakira's music. Yes. She wanted to, she said all she wanted to do was to be a dancer, just as good or better than Shakira. And then she said she was by her school sports center when she saw someone and she give that person's name Jack. But this is the first time she's giving someone a full name. Before it was letters like N, S. Let's give V. Let's call that person VS. Jack was a big fish in a small pond. You do love your big fishes. Yes. A peacock like character who always had to show off. Did you hear that? Who always liked to show off. He and I dated for a while. I don't get it, Korra. You said one day I was walking around the school sports center. Oh, because in uni, yes. In uni, yes. So she had an affair, a fling, whatever you call it. We dated for a while, but I soon realized I was in a relationship with myself. Definitely, he was sleeping with all our students, as we thought, as we taught salsa together. I began to learn dance with him, and we opened up a company together where I was the accountant. Remember, she said something yesterday that if you need to get the picture of the guy that took her to the Chinese restaurant, the guy who she called S and is a brother to V, that you can check. She's not going to say, but which of her pages it could be. Yes, maybe TikTok, Instagram, or I'm guessing it will be everywhere knowing her. And sometimes she just said that so that people will definitely following her, start following her, and her subscribe. People start subscribe because they want to find out more. Getting any payments, and I assumed that this was because I was part. I was not getting any payments. I assumed that this was because I was part owner of the company, as I was there from its inception, but I was an employee without pay. I kept on working for the passion of walking and dancing, but it soon dawned on me that I couldn't continue. One night after a long night of salsa dancing, he got physical with me. Why is it every man that comes in your life gets physical with you, Korra? Why? Why? they get physical with you? Why? Why? Why do they get physical with you? I don't get that. Yes, every man. He wanted me to take a bath, and I didn't want to. He wanted her to take a bath. So he yacked me so hard on my shoulder, and to date, I still not to and to date, I'm not reading it right. And to date, she said, have you ever heard her complaining of her shoulder hurting? She said, I still nurse that injury. Have you guys ever heard that? One day, Jack invited me over to see his parents. We were in his dad's room and everything was peachy. Having conversation, Jack and his mother stepped out briefly, and um, are you guys thinking what I'm thinking? And Jack's father casually let his hand slide across my breast. Is it like a fantasy that every man that comes your way has to do something with you? It's sad. Across my breast. In shock, I laughed it off and proceeded to whistle my way out of the room. Then that was the beginning of the end between I and Jack. I don't know. Why is it every man that comes your path? Either they jack you or they do something to you. Why? That was the beginning of the end between I and Jack. I never told him what had happened. Why would the dad do that? And remember what she said, that was a joke. She said on Valentine's Day when they were in secondary school that Nancy was she was the dancer. So on Valentine's Day, everybody gave her a gift. Everybody gave her a gift. Everybody gave her a gift, and also the fathers of people that gave her the fathers of people that gave her a gift. The fathers gave her the fathers of the children of the boys gave her a gift as well. That's a big lie. Chocolate. Oh, it's a lie. I don't believe that. But it could be true. That was the beginning. As you already recognize, when I leave, I never. She said, as we already know, when she leaves, she never looked back. So why were you begging Justin? I didn't used to. I've never followed them. They were not my cup of tea. I didn't even know such thing existed, couples anyway. But I seen it on my Facebook. My daughter used to follow them. My old second daughter. I was told that she even used a cake to bribe him, to beg him to live with him. Recently, I learned from therapy that it is the. So we're on page 118. Fight or flight response. I packed my bags and never went back to that studio. So you were you were the accountant. So why would you just leave? And people depended on you, depended on you. Shady part, chapter 4. Shady opportunities. It's like a toddler, a 5-7-year-old writing a book. Let me put fake video here. I'm telling you guys, doesn't I don't know. She said shady fake video. Fake video. Fake video everywhere. Fake video everywhere. Sorry guys. I think it's charged enough. I'm trying to. Yes, I don't get it, Korra. We don't get it. You need, but it's fine. We'll sort it out. We'll get there. I think I moved too far. Yeah. Shady opportunities. I met an older man. Let's call him Mr. O. This is the second. This is Jack. Maybe Jack was very special to her. Maybe because it was only Jack she called. Just that she called and gave him a full name. The other ones were letters. Let's call him Mr. O. When I say Mr. O, I mean old. He was 85 with a heart of a boy. Mr. O just loved to look at me. He wanted to share, oh, wanted to stare at me all day. And she, you know, jumping again, jumping. Stare at me all day. So I made him pay my performance fee, which at that time was 150,000 naira per day. I would go over to his house filled with an armed security details and dance and sing to him. He was so happy when I danced. He told me to make sure to never dance for free. Never dance for free. But you dance for free. We've seen it. Yeah. Amazing until when he started to be creepy. I got a call from one of his staff telling me to show up at the airport. I showed up, passport in hand, and next, I was on first class flight to Dubai. I began to travel with Mr. O. I began to travel. I always insisted on my room, even though I knew I could end Mr. O with a simple if I felt threatened. Huh? Things were great and I was happy and I was a happy travel companion with no strings attached to my naivety. But as you know, nothing goes for nothing. One day in Lusaka, an armed security detail comes over to my room and knocks. It's 11 p.m. and I use the peephole. Who is there? I blot out. The chief wants to see you in his room. He returns. I smiled to myself. I knew this day was coming. I am coming, I replied, then proceeded to double lock the door and tuck myself in nice and tight. This sent Mr. O a clear message he hadn't quite liked. You think Mr. O paying for first class flight to Dubai? We came. Doesn't make sense. He has security guard. Even when you were in Dubai, he had security men, and you would tell him no. I'm sure he would have told them to get you to come to his room, Korra. I'm sure that's what happened. We came back to Lagos on a flight back, and he made sure I flew economy to get his disappointment across. I was just happy to have toured as much as I did with Mr. O. I was not getting booked for performance, as word on the street was I didn't put out. She said she didn't put out. I was a cock tease that never went all the way. Yeah, all the way. I was getting broke. I decided to attempt to begin to travel alone. No security, no first class ticket. My first stop. We know you did. What's that thing they call in Dubai? Poop something. I shopped for gigs and auditioned. Wasn't long before I started to dance. I one belly one belly dancer or I belly danced. One belly dancer or I belly danced. Anyway, like I said, I give her respect for, writing something, but you can't be master of all. You can't, Korra. You can't be the mother, the cook, the Facebook, the YouTuber, you can't. You can't. Because you think someone will steal your money. Before I started to dance, I no okay. No, my first stop was Dubai. I shopped, okay, audition. Wasn't long before I started to dance. I barely danced at Marina with a bunch of beautiful women from various countries. It was indeed an honor. My music began to take off, and before I knew, I was performing at Burj Al Arab. Then Then for the Sudan in Mukat. Dancing for all those Sultan, sorry, I said Sudan. Then for the Sultan in Muscat, Muscat. Then back to Dubai, all by yourself. Something's fishy. For some more belly dancing, I was getting, guess what, famous. Mr. O showed up in Dubai. Was it with a walking stick? Or, I don't know, 85-year-old man. And nothing happened as at then. Showed up in Dubai and leaves me with the biggest tip I had ever received. He then proceeded to fly me. Ooh, fly me to Omar, a small city in the Middle East. Do I believe that, guys? Jide, Korraobidi. You know that day you said you were traveling. I remember you said, when someone said something about traveling, you said, I was thinking you were like, I've traveled to New York, Sweden, Switzerland. You never mentioned Dubai. And you never mentioned Oman. And only the places I was shocked was you've been to Zambia, you've been to, maybe you mentioned Dubai. I think you did mention Dubai. You said Zaire or all those African countries. I was like, ooh. So you didn't mention Omar. I don't, as a ebony sister girl, I find that I had to swallow. A small city in the Middle East where I met the most powerful men I'd ever met to date. So she dated them. She said I performed powerful men I have ever met to date. So she dated a lot of men in Omar. But let me tell you something that I know. A friend of ours, he's gay, bless him, Christian, you know. During the COVID, guys, they will fly him to Pakistan. They will fly Christian. They will fly him to Pakistan. They'll fly him to Dubai, to do things with them. Yes, he used to tell me and my best friend, Sarah, a lot of gist. Yeah, even how I'll be scared. She didn't travel here. She No, I don't think that's too classy, Sweden. No, 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 no. No, 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 no. And most of them, yes. So should we just look online and see a old performance? Let's see whether we'll find Korra in Oma. In Oma. What page are we, guys? Yes. Let's look. I'm hot, guys. I think this light is not doing it for me. I'm hot. It's my face. Let's she goes to Sweden. No, not anyone can go to Sweden. I've never been, but I know they say it's a beautiful. You don't need that. Let's see. I'm hot. I need the fan. Oh, fine. Let's look for. Is it on Facebook? Do I have to go on Facebook, or we Google it? Then we'll see. This thing is. I can feel there's something in my eyes. The lashes. I can feel it, guys. And my ears are hot. What's her name? Korra in Dubai. Let's just put Korra in Dubai. Korra to come up. Korra in Oman. Korean companies in Oman. I got it right, didn't I? OMAN. Yeah, OMAN. Let's put Korra or old videos of Korra. Old videos of Korra. So it's not really her birth name, Korra. Korraobidi. It's not her birth name. Old videos. Old videos. They've just posted this one again of Justin 3 weeks ago. They keep repeating their because I've seen her dancing in some places, but it wasn't in Oman or Dubai. I think you were too busy because you said you dated all those men. Let me go to this lady's page. I'll show you. I've seen her there because they post um, stories for life. Yeah, just came. Stories for life. Um, stories for life. Or they've shut it down again. Yeah, stories for life. This is not her page. It's stories for life. It's not this one. No, this is in um, stories for life. I can't find it, guys. Stories for life. It should be here. Stories for life. Let me look at. I've seen her. Yes, yes. Let's see. Fast people search. Look, please tell the Mumu this is part one. Let's game start. What are they searching for now? Look, part one search. That she's trying to say that they that's Oluchi. She's the one that, yes. So she said it's an app. I think it says fast people search. So what are they looking for? Anyway, let's leave that for now. Look at what they've done. Our beautiful queen. We are not here to play with the haters. Look at you people are just continue. I'll show you. I'll show you where I saw. I don't own the copyright. I saw her. Um, okay, something about. I saw that. Something says Sound Sultan is passed now. He died a few years ago. He died about 2 3 years ago. He died in America. I've seen her dancing somewhere. No, we can't find it. Let's just. I think that's an old one. So let's leave that for now. Can't find it. I don't go on justice for bullied women. Maybe there's something there. Justice for bullied women. Justice. I said Justin. Justice. Justice for bullied women. It came up straight. So yes. She's taking. She had Obama's picture. So and you can see it's the same person that controls it because whatever they share on that page, on Oluchi's page, stories for life, they'll share it everywhere else. So it's the same thing. Look at, they just got someone's number. West Midland. I think that's Lolo's. Oh my gosh. These people are, I can't find it anyway. And Nelly Black. There's a lady called Nelly Black. I don't, yeah. Definitely a lady. To date, I did it. Okay, Mr. Oh, it wouldn't hurt. Okay, Oma, a small city where I met the most powerful men I have ever met to date. I performed. I don't think if Justin knew that she went this far, he would have. I don't think so. I performed my music. All this made me grateful to Mr. O. It wouldn't hurt to bring down some of my walls. Okay, she's getting subtle with him now. I decided to go spend the night with Mr. O, the 85-year-old man. I didn't know why I did that. because he gave you money. Mr. O had the saying, every human has a price. Just make them an offer they can't refuse. In retrospect, I guess it was just the first time a man had given so much to my craft. So your dad had never given you such money. Okay, so that you were hustling with all the daddies. I guess it was just the first time a man had given so much to my craft without forcefully trying to take anything back. I'm in Mr. O's penthouse suite, enjoying all the room service. So I'm sure you would have taken some those creams, the toilet rolls, the little things that they leave at the side. Because you said you were enjoying all the room service. I can stuff in my mouth when Mr. O asks that I lick his butthole. Lick his butthole. Lick his butthole. Mr. O asked her to lick his butthole. That's where the poo comes from. The butthole, guys. Yes, butthole. Let's look online. I want to be sure, because I'm not sure. I don't know what they call it. Let's look online what butthole means. Let's see. Butthole, let me see. Butthole. Korra. Onirano. Butthole. Butthole. Butthole removal surgeries. Butthole bleeding. Okay, let's put licking butthole. Licking. Licking butthole. Licking butthole. Let's see. Is it good? I just saw butthole licking porn. No. What has licking and eating has feels for women and people? What does has licking? Here is what it feels like. Feels like from 10 people who do it. Free butthole licking porn. Everything you need to know. Bottle licking porn. Bottle. Wow. This is. Everything you need to know. Wow. Bottle licking. Licking bottle. We ask men what they really think about bottle licking. Let's see. Oh my Lord. When it comes to sex, there's some grounds we're pretty comfortable with. We just dancing. The ass is often the place we're not sure we really want to go, and yet somehow it always seems to just be there. We asked a bunch of men how they felt about the topic. Some will do it for the right girl. Others say it's not something they will do. It's great as long as she's clean. They said it's great as long as she's clean. Both partners have a place before any has play. Has bomb. The one thing is clean has. We always shower and have bowel movement prior to the shower. So they have to do a number 2 before the shower. Inserting fingers and licking ass that is under the forbidden fruit. Some people teasing of body parts and light creases around the anus. Oh my Lord. Wow, this is an eye-opening. It's fun in the shower only. It's the best part of foreplay, as long as she preps beforehand. Prep. They have to smack. So maybe she was doing that with the 85-year-old man. She had to smack it to make it. Imagine. I'm sure they'll be fatting because that place. I don't know. Yes, everyone to their own, but no. There's some things. Why does dog keep licking his butt? I don't want to hear that. Yeah, I'm not saying I'm innocent, but not that for what has licking and eating has feels like for women. I think that's enough, guys. They have got an idea. They have to smack it. They have to play around it. They have to put their finger in and all that stuff to get it ready. Yes, I was not only shocked but flabbergasted. He said he didn't want sex. He said all the color left my face and lips. In his defense, he said he didn't want sex and was too old for it, but this was all he wanted. I think it's like a spiritual thing, like juju. Because why would, and there'll be, hair all over there, and that age, everything is already growing. Because you get to an age, they said your hair, everything will be coming out your ear. Everywhere there's a hole, yeah. All my senses tingling. This was, this has to be some fetish buhaha. My ancestors were singing and screaming, hell now. And this point, I already had my own residence and gracefully asked to freshen up and proceeded to sneakily exit the premises. So she did. She did. She did. Turned out it wasn't a fetish at all, and he just wanted a princess to lick his ass. It wasn't a fetish. He just wanted, a princess. She's saying she's a princess from the motherland to lick. I had no idea. He knew who my grandfather was. He knew who her grandfather was, and since they probably were the same age, her grandfather probably the same age as the 85-year-old man. And sometimes could even be older than her grandfather. Some people's grandfather be in their 60s or something, and yeah, having children in their 40s. Okay, 80s, yeah, probably the same age. He felt the discrimination towards the royal family. Blah, 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 blah. So he targeted her because she was a princess. He wanted to, he felt the discrimination towards the royal family in the village. He, on the other hand, was a merchant who rose to wealth through the work his hands, through the work his hands, through the work his hands, through the work, through the work his hands. I hope I'm, so it doesn't like I'm the one reading it not right. I respected that about him, but he wanted to pay for bloodline reality to lick his Ike Aka Nyash, aka Nyash. So that happened. We move. Deciding to do music in Nigeria as a young woman means you are now the national cake and everyone. Yeah, national cake. We definitely know. What a piece. Well, everyone wants a piece. Everyone wants a piece. Promises to make me a star, exchange for sexual favors were a regular Tuesday morning for me. Wow. They were asking for sexual favor. We know, you know. So that's why they just see you as something they can pass through, and we might be wrong. Oh, hello, Dan. Yes,
Yes.
yes, yes, sexual favors. Everyone wanted her. So, promises to make me a star. Does that mean she had to lick a lot of more because they promise once she does that, they'll make her a star? I think so. I think that's why nobody really wants to do music with her, guys. If you watch her previous post pictures when she was in Nigeria, all those celebrities, she was always like clutching onto them and like forcefully, So I don't think they'll just see her as someone that is very messy and everybody's gone through. I went to a notable radio station somewhere in Lekki Phase 1 to promote my new release. The MD at the time shamelessly sent over a room number. Why is it everybody that sees you, they want to be, they have something to do with you? You said promote my new release. The MD at the time shamelessly sent over a room number to a hotel nearby. This was so effortless to him. I think he was a pro. So many promises of fortune and fame in exchange for some sex. With every bid to promote my music, there was a roadblock of some sort. The trade off was usually money or sex. I was not offering either. Did you hear that? You find that hard to believe. At least some. Just at least some. When you can have it with a 85-year-old man. These ones are young, it's fresh. They haven't done a lot of poo-poos. I was not offering either. I picked at the point sheer talent could take me to in Lagos. The rest was man, no man. It's like the same man, no man. I think knowing people at the top is what will get you to the top in Nigeria. Chapter 5, Travel Bug. In Dubai, I had to undergo some racism. You know what? I feel that she's done breast surgery. Because I don't know when I feel she's done so having such money and doing all that. I feel she's done something to her kid a bit, and because it just went like that so quick. But I might be wrong. Had always been to ignore, and it was working just fine. I was every day towards my etching to every day towards my dream. I was loving it. Loving it. The only snag was I was not making as much money. They're trying to tell us because you didn't have what they wanted you to do, so you were not making enough money. It was hard for me to continue with the lifestyle of a rich and famous without actually being rich and famous with only bachelor's degree. When did she have time to study, guys? The only time she spoke about the university was when she went for dinner with the Mr. S. She never said anything about when she was in class, in the uni, nothing, nothing. And this is definitely can't be someone that went to university. Okay, korraobidi. With only a bachelor's degree to my name. My family ordered me to go to do my master's in Shanghai. My university was not so popping province in I don't know how to call that name. Look, it's just headache. San, I don't know. I don't know. Let me try. Changahang. Not a lot of people spoke English, and I was so lonely. The culture shock was.
Penalty, man.
Your team scored penalty.
Yes.
Oh, sorry.
Saka.
Oh, Saka. Ah, I was so lonely. But she has never mentioned until the book that she went to do masters. I don't get it, Korra. We know we don't believe that. It was really hard to learn. I remember when she was in her sister's house and she did something. Even Nancy Hannah and her husband were shocked. She said, "Can they remember when she went to serve in Ondo State?" And they were like, you could see that it was like, you never went to serve anywhere. English speakers, it was really hard to learn applied economics from non-English speakers. There was no churches. So what is it to do with churches now? Anyway, and the ones I found were just designed for photo ops. I went in there one day and prayed for a husband. She went and prayed. That's not true. It's possible. It's possible. I need to tell my children to do that. That night I swiped right on Mr. J on Tinder. It's a lie. Because on that video where you said you were sitting down and folding your clothes, that was a video that I first made about you that went, like nearly 1 million, or I don't even know what number it is now. You sat there and you were folding your clothes. You said this is the worst thing you could do. You kept saying if they pay you, someone should pay you more, you will fold more clothes. And they were helping you to be able to fold the clothes, Korra. Remember what you said? You were on Tinder, you went on several dates with other people. It doesn't make sense because now you're saying you went to the church and you prayed, then you swiped right and left, then you saw Jay. That's not what you said. That's not what you said, Korra. You said you saw him walking. That's what you said. That's what you said, Korraobidi. And from his back view, you said it, Korra. I'm going to look for that video, guys. I always say I'll look for things, but I'm going to try and look for that video when she was folding. Junie nearly walked into the video when she was sitting down folding the clothes. And she said, people were teasing, making fun. And she said, do you want to fold my husband's clothes for me? Yeah, I'm going to try and look for that video. That's not what she said. That's not what she said. Yeah, so when she prayed, then Mr. J appeared. The only place I could find English speakers. That night I saw, and you said that was the only place people could meet, people that speak English, Tinder. And you said it was illegal. And that day you said when people went to the bar, you had a drink there that it wasn't allowed in China. An illegal drink. My friends all wanted to be in Shanghai. Mr. J had a nice loft in Shanghai where we were young, wild, and free. So you can imagine we partied a lot. Korraobidi. You remember the first day you went to his house? You remember what you did? You said you were so drunk. You got to his house, you puked. We Nigeria would say you vomited. Obi sile. You vomited and you slept. And you said by the time you woke up, he left you and had to sleep in the living room. By the time you woke up, he had cleaned your puke. He had cleaned your vomit. And you got up and he ordered the cab to take you home. You were like angry because you felt he didn't like you. You were expecting something to have happened. But to be fair, it happened. It's like what she's been through. That every man that she goes to meet, if they don't want her to lick the butt, they want something else. So, but Korra, you need to get your facts right. I'm going to try and look for that video. Shanghai had one of the best nightlife scenes in the world. There was a club called MINT with live shacks in the wall. I dropped out of my master's program. Guys, you guys need to go and watch that video. She never said anything about masters. She never said anything about studying. Hey, Korraobidi. She never said in that video, she never said anything about masters. Suddenly, you said you went to China for what, Korraobidi? Stop. It's a lie. I dropped out of my master's program and started to move. And I remember you also said when Mr. J had you ordered a cab, and suddenly you thought he didn't care, you didn't hear from him for a while. Guess what? He was busy with the Olympic team that he went for. I don't understand. If someone went, you know how much they would have paid him? Anyway, so you got a phone call. You were like, wow, so this man really liked me. You said he treated you like a lady. You said it. So that video is then she went to China. I'll go and check where I got that video from, where I stole the video from then. What's up? Hey, hiya, darling. Yeah, it's the book. Hey, trying to reconnect now. Wow. I dropped out of my master's program and started to move from place to place dancing with Mr. J and documenting it. The love was incredible, and I had never felt anything like it. She had never felt anything like that, so she really loved him. And suddenly, she said the love that she had for him between both of them, it was incredible. She has never felt. Do you know why you never felt? Because he treated you like a lady. He didn't want to just pop you on the bed and, vish vosh vosh, or he didn't want you to, or he did just want that. That's why. And that's why you're hurting him, because he never treated you like the others, Korra. That's why you felt that he needed to be the showcase, the one that you had to target and put all that blame on. That is, it always happened when you go out with the bad boys and it ends. Then you meet. You can't believe your luck that you can ever meet someone that good. Yes, we're talking from experience. Yes, yeah. You'll be when you're with a nice guy, be like, you'll be thinking something might happen. You'll always be on your guard. You'll be thinking something might happen. So it was the only one in this book so far that you said the love was incredible, and suddenly he was a horrible person. I remember when you made that video when Nancy came over, the one before last, and you said, oh, my marriage was perfect until you said, I believe my marriage was perfect. I'm not sure if I got it right, but in that line, marriage was perfect until, oh, Korra, I dropped out of my master's program. I started to move. Their love was incredible. I had never felt anything like that, like it. This book, she wrote it in big words so that she'll feel the whole book. She'll feel it. Look, she can write all this and this in one. She wanted the book to be big like this. But the cover is nice. I've told you, the cover is nice. But yeah, if I have to score the book on the grounds of the errors, to be fair, the spellings is not as bad as I thought, but the gap and the wordings, I have to add it up myself. I was in complete aware of this man, and I couldn't believe how someone could show that much love. So that tells me she's still hurting, because she's never felt that love. Never felt someone love her like that. So she's still hurting for him. Yes. So he has to be the one to be the scapegoat. We couldn't be separated. It was incredible. We drank little too much and sex like rabbits. So this is the only she's described how the SCX went. The other one was just much posh. The other men. So they had a lot of like rabbits. I don't think they needed energizer. Maybe they use Duracell. But that was not a concern because we were enjoying. I hope you guys did safe anyway. And I noticed that all the time she was with all these men having SEX, she never spoke about condom. She never spoke about male condom or female condom. That just in my head. I'm not saying we're perfect, but she never did. We drank. That was not a concern because and I don't think like you said, he drank, you did that. He went for something. I think you lied a bit with that. You still miss him. You still think about him, Korra. Remember, he went for sports events. So I don't think he'll be doing a lot of drinking like you said. I don't think so. Because we were enjoying every second of our lives together, he asked me to move in within 2 weeks. After meeting him, Korra, what you're saying is totally different. What you said that day when you were folding the t-shirt, your Dr. Justin's clothes, in the wardrobe is totally different from what you've written here. It's totally different. I was too in love to care or notice. One night we had gone out partying. So when was he getting on with his job? He complained about how I stared at black men a lot when I was with him. In my mind, I was thinking, I see a black man, or yeah, I get that. When you're in a place that is mostly, if I go somewhere, I'll be counting. I've seen someone like me. One, two, I do that. You feel, then you start feeling safe. I do that. So yeah. I see a black man or a woman once a month in Shanghai as we were rare found. Yeah. Pardon me. So you knew that before you went to China. Stay a little longer than I should any kind. As we walked out, a brother man in all glory tried to talk to me, disregarding Mr. J with me. That was a little rude of him. I gracefully reminded him I had a man. Squeezed Mr. J's hand for it's like she's read a lot of Means and Bones romance stories. So I believe that most of the things she wrote in this book is like sneak bits of things she found about people's story online. You know. Mr. J's hand for reassurance, and we walked out of the club. As soon as we got out, he called me a bitch. He wrote in capital letters, left me in the front of the club, and started running into the night. You're trying to be, when you watch all those romantic movies, that romantic movies bores me. Left me and started running. He was running. I was in utter shock. No one in my life had ever called me that. What did you say your dad called you? You said your dad even called you a prostitute. You said that. So is that not the same as a bitch? Left me in front of the club. No one, at least not face. So you knew they did, but at least not to your face. Because he said everybody, the word was going around. The first guy, there were two, there was a guy D. There was one that you said, then you said it was funny and weird that you met someone else that was D. Yes, it's good to remember someone that was D. So yes, he said someone that was D. It's so easy to go Heart of Delta Stay, OBD. So she said why the 85-year-old man wanted her to lick his bottle was because he wanted a queen, a princess from a royal family to do it. Your Majesty. Your Majesty. No. In front of no one in my life I had to navigate Yapin Lu at 2 a.m. without any cash. So meaning that he was the one paying for everything without any cash. So he was the one that paid for the outing, the drinks, because he said without any cash. Through the help of a good Samaritan, thankful for the survival I had learned. Okay, man, survivor Mandarin I had learned. He had my phone in his pocket and everything. I eventually found my way to his apartment and saw him outside, fuming. He was pacing back and forth, red as a tomato. Why would you say it's red as a tomato? I can say something about you as well. Why would you say someone is red as I don't know do they say that? They're allowed to say that. I didn't know what to do. He begged, blamed it on my drink, being I've never seen anything like this. I soon got to learn It was a panic attack. According to him, we would go through cycles of 2 weeks in which we 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 would have these attacks. They would involve a lot of screaming, yelling, phone smashing. I can't do that example here. I can't smash phone smashing. Going to be very cheap in China. Most of our phone is made from China. They're very cheap, Korra. So all the dates, especially that date you guys went, he was the one that was paying. I was determined to fix him. More like he was determined to fix you. You see what you said? I was determined to fix him. That says a lot. I believe that I could. I was not in any way attached to anyone but him. But he had his doubts and insecurities. I soon altogether stopped looking at people. To keep him comfortable, I did everything I could. Why did you mention this issue of black people? Was it because when Nancy came and your brother-in-law said that he said something about black people, that is top black? He never, in the things that they put out, he never said that. It was all made up. Even Oluchi said it, because that day I saw her live. Then I went there and I commented. No, anyway, I commented and she replied. Then she's, the usual about that my picture. And I said, yeah, show your own. So I deleted, and I kept him, I wanted to talk to her like a reasonable person. Then I kept some like emoji of love. Do you know what she did? When I was telling her the facts, things that I know, she deleted that part. It's her page. Then she left the where I put the hugs. So anyone coming there was like, oh, Wahala came here and gave them hugs and kisses. So I went there, I gave it, I took it off. Every day is for the thief. Just one day. We are in cyberspace all together. We'll see it. We'll see it. That happened. Mr. J kept everything smashing, phone smashing and fear. I was determined to fix him. Attached to anyone, insecurities altogether. I could to avoid the rage. Yes, that happened. She said, yes, that happened. She knows that people will doubt it. Yes, that happened. But it happened in your head. Because you said this book is your own truth. It's not Justin's truth. It's not Mr. J's truth. It's not the grandfather's truth. It's not Mr. V's truth. But you, every person that came across you wanted. It was only Justin that was different. So he's the one that have to. That's why you wrote it here at the back. That he's the one that has to suffer. That's why you wrote it there at the back. Yeah. Mr. J came to Nigeria, killed the animals, met the elders, and married me traditional. I hope you've paid back his bride price. I am Obidi, who is of a royal lineage. It was simple. He paid my bride price, which was $20 or 20 naira. If he was Nigeria, because our people do not subscribe to the extortion of groom or selling of the bride. It's like selling the bride. I don't believe in that. I'm sorry. I have a friend and she's an elder in the church. She believes. I don't believe in that, because we have a family friend who treats his wife like I'm telling you, that like something you could beat and honestly tremble. He has settled many fights between them. And the day he told him, what if, and funny enough, he has 4 daughters, that if that happened to one of you, how would you feel? I don't believe in bride price, but that's me. I won't let anybody pay for my children. I don't, my girls. No way. One night I had gone out, okay? Groom selling. It took me 6 months to get to America. Trump had just been elected as American. I'm trying to count the age. 2019. She said uni. She said her formative years were 12 to 20. So, it didn't say So how many? I don't think between when she met Justin, I don't think Justin was there for over a year. Just for the Olympics. So 20, the age does. It took me 6 months. Trump, America was on lockdown. In those months, we communicated via video calls and texts. Mr. J insisted I call him every night before bed. We've been through it. We've been through it. We've been through it. We've been through it. Yes. So, yeah, he said he wanted her to call her every night before she went to. One night she had gone wild and had a wild time. She forgot to call him, and he was not happy. He turned tomato and red again. He called her a cunt. This scared the living. I'm sure she's going to say no one has ever called her that again. Scared the living Jesus out of me. The last time he blamed the verbal abuse, we lifted at the party and he was completely sober, I think. What she's trying to say, there was a lot of violence in the relationship. That's what she's trying to say. She said she couldn't be married to a man that verbally, did things to her. And she said her self-esteem would have gone down the drain if she stayed with him. But I'm thinking, did you ever tell him all the things that happened with the Mr. S, Mr. Jack? No, Mr. Jack was the dad that came and sort of your breast. Yeah. So while they were in Nigeria, he had met the elders and then she told him that if he ever called her names again, hey, she will call the wedding off. Call the wedding off. And she said it worked. So you could talk to him and he would listen. She said why did she call him? I saw it there. She called him. Oh, he turned tomato red. Why? I'm gonna end. I need the laptop now. Someone said, let me read what someone said. Someone said, why are you reading Goddess? Why are you reading book of, are you a fan of Justin? Go and report. Run. Go and report. That's Goddess. That's the one she pays to do her, what do you call it? She said, I'm sharing this video. You need to be banned like Lolo talk show. You are so sad, aren't you, Goddess? You're very hurt, isn't it? All your life. She's on YouTube. You are the moderator for her page, isn't it? You're the moderator for her page on YouTube, Goddess. Run. She said she's going to ban me like they ban Lolo. I did it rigorously. One night I'd gone out and had a wild time. Scared the living. Yeah, so he stopped. So she's gone to report to her goddess. Who is the god? Yeah. Let me get the laptop, guys. Where did I charge? Okay, let me get the laptop. I'll show you who the goddess is. Yeah, he came up on my. I'll show you guys. Let me see. How do I? if you try to end the